everyone, welcome back to Farm Summer 22. So as you notice, we have a huge improvement on the video cam that you can see up above here, and there'll be a few wee bits of tweaks made to the video formats as well. I'm just trying to make things a wee bit nicer. But anyway, it's been a while since I have recorded. I have recorded a bunch of the previous videos, even though they were coming out 3 times a week. I actually recorded them in bunch and in big bulk as well, so there's been like 2 or 3 weeks where I haven't really recorded anything, so it has been a while. So anyway, let's flip around, and yeah, so this, I don't know if I showed this in the last episode, but yeah, this is all the grass bales that we got out of that field up there prior to doing all this here on it. So whenever it was cut, that's what we ended up with. Now I'll just get out of this tractor here and just show what's happening. So let me just explain what is going on here. So what I've done is I've gone and ploughed around the field using the a combination of the helper as well, and the fact that whenever you plough the fields you kind of get these straight lines as well, so it's a good way of getting a good straight field. And then once that was done, I would just went around with the paintbrush and I painted on this here dirt, and that just makes sure that like there's a bit of a border around it as well. Now there is a few areas where you have this, where it sort of protrudes in and out. I'm not bothered by that. It's just something that's not even worth talking about. Now, so the other thing we need to do now here is actually plough in between the field, because technically this here isn't a field, and these aren't rocks here. These are actually field was just painted as rocks. So what we have to do here now is go up and down with the plough and turn this all into one big field. So if we go onto the map here, and I'll just show it very quickly once it finishes saving. So if we go down here, just check my front on the right side. If we go down here, we can see the field, and we can just see how much has been ploughed, and we have to do all this here in the middle, so all that has to be done. So if you just look at that in perspective, the area of this here field is not far off the area of this here field. Now it's not this here complete, I don't think so. I haven't found a way now to measure this here out. Now what I could do is I could blow it up to about like this size here, and then what I could do is I could drag it into CAD and draw boxes around it, and then that'll work out the area. I might actually do that. I'm gonna see how things go, but it's kind of raised the question as to what we should actually grow in here. And originally I was thinking of doing cotton, and the reason for that is because the harvester is so slow and so narrow. It's perfect for going up this here hill. It doesn't need that much. And then it got me into thinking of doing olive or grapevines, but they are very, very expensive, so there's that as well. So let me go back into this here view. So that's what we've come up with, and I was thinking of doing like cotton and stuff, or grapevines, but we'll see anyway. This area in here is all going to be cows, so that's going to be all eventually cleaned out as well, and that's down in that section in there, so that's all going to be cows in here. So there's going to be a few pastures going in here, so let me just go to the shop anyway. It's probably quicker doing it this way. Go to construction. We go to animals and cows, and we go for the largest one. So if we just go down here, just perspective, and we go down here where it just narrows in. So in this section here, this huge section here, what we'll do is we'll put things like this here around it. So you probably get room there for about maybe 3. So maybe one, say about here, just off the road. Another one up here, over here, and another one down here. And that's going there. So now you have all this room, for putting the cows and doing different things like that. Or what we could do is we could just do a string of 3. So if you imagine starting, say here, 1 and 2, and where's that end? Sort of about there. You could probably get 3 in there ish if we started here, say like here, and then as you place one there, move around, turn it around a bit, put one there, and then as you go around, put another one here. Now the other thing to remember is we can't get in the way of these here boxes here on the right. Let me see. So you got, see the way you've got that down here at the bottom, that's the, I think that's the slurry or milk, I can't remember what that is. And on the left you've got another 2 more, and those look like it's hard to actually see what those are. I don't know what they are. It looks like animal drop off, and then this one here is loading or something. And let me just check, see what that one there is. That's loading as well, yeah, so offloading, unloading. And I think there might be something around the back there as well. But anyway, we'll play around with it as we go along. And that's just going to go up here. There's these rough patches in here. I might just paint over them. This will probably all turn into like concrete pavement or something like that there. And the land will be smoothened out here as well, which is what I actually have done with the landscaping. So let me just zoom out. And how do I is there no way to actually show the slope of the land? Anyway, this here has all been sloped out as well, as much as I can do. This is the outcome. It was worse than this here prior to doing it, and I know there's a few like lumps here like this here and different things. Not too bothered about that, to be honest. It's not that big of a deal. If the tools run over and miss a patch, that's okay. We've got a big field here anyway. But what I might actually end up doing sometime in the future is coming up as far as here. So end that part of the field here. So that's going to be one big field up to about there. And then from here onwards up to here is where it's going to be like a grapevine and all that. And that's going to run from the bottom up along here. And then that utilize all that space in here. So at least it gives us more room, because there's quite a lot of wasted field in there. Don't know what to put up in here, and certainly don't know what to put up in there. But if it is going to be in, it's going to be something that, you know, can easily climb those hills. And I was thinking of putting the industries and stuff in along there as well, so they can possibly go in here. So it would mean having to make a road and stuff for it. But we do have industries down below, but they're going to be moved eventually. They're not going to stay there. Excuse me. So anyway, that is the way things are at the moment, and that's the way things are being planned. I am going to get a plough, the one that can go on the front of the tractor. I was looking up one there not that long ago, and it's going to be a front mounted plough, and that's going to be used to quickly do this here field, because I don't fancy spending many hours trying to get this all ploughed up. It's just not worth it. So I'm not doing it, and I know for a fact that if I did do it, I would get bored of the game very quickly, and I do not want that to happen, because boredom just gives you no desire to play the game anymore, so we don't want that. So anyway, yeah, let's get on with that there. Anyway, I'm just going to fast forward the part where that's all done. I'm not going to bother showing the whole mod and stuff like that there. It's no point. I'm just going to skip to the part where all that there is played out. And then what we'll do is we'll go around with our cultivator and get it changed into that. And then we get our cedar, the whole lot, the rest of the stuff, stone. Oh yeah, it has to be stoned as well. That's another thing that has to be done. Needs to be limed. There's a whole load of stuff that has to be done. And then what we'll do is we'll save up for our cow pasture down in there. And we'll put our first one in it. We'll not get cows yet. We'll just keep making money. And then eventually we'll get the cows. And then, in fact, we'll probably end up having to do storage. So before we get the cows, I think what we'll do is we'll store all the food and all the stuff in silos. We'll buy silos and keep them relatively close over there as well. But see, it's hard to know, because if we're going to be putting 3 pastures over there, we need room for all the silos. So all we have to do is drive up with the machinery, fill them up, and then use it to feed the cows. Things like straw bales, we'll need to have storage for them. I kind of don't want to. You could keep them out in the open, but in reality, keep them in a shed. So we might find some way of getting a shed down there for storing bales, just different things like that there, and we'll worry about it as we go along. But anyway, let's skip the part and let's get on to the part where we have all this here plowed out. Okay, so we're back in the game again. Okay, so we have got that other field up there done. That is now lined with cotton, and of course these ones here behind us have also been done in cotton. I wasn't going to do this originally, but I decided, well, it makes sense to get this here at least somewhat caught up, so that we can get a bit more passive income with the cotton. Because you have to remember is that I think it's like 1 or 2 bales lasts about a year, so 1 bale lasts about a year in there. So if we can get multiple bales across those 2 facilities, at least then we've got loads of clothes making and we get passive income. So we'll get 1 harvest from this, and then what we'll do is hopefully we'll get enough money throughout the year where we can buy some silos, and then we can buy the cow pasture. And the reason for that is because what I want to do is, as soon as we're done with this here cotton harvest, I want to plant all the crops that are needed to keep cows happy. So everything from your corn to your hay, so that comes from your wheat, your soybeans, the whole lot. And I want to get all them stored into a big massive silo. And we'll put the silo up somewhere close to where the cattle shed is going to be. So if we go into P here and we go down into construction, just to show this a bit better, and we go to animals, and we are on cows. So we'll be getting the biggest one, which is 722, and let me see, it's going to go in here. So 3 of them is going to go inside here, and the first one is going to go somewhere about there. And I want to try and keep these as square as possible. So one's going to go there, and then another one's going to go like here. So one's going to go there, and then the other one is going to go about here. Now the thing is, I need to be careful that I need to turn this around. I want to see if these here will map. So if we imagine that goes there, okay, so I'm just using that line as a reference, and then the other one goes over here. Oh, I think it will overlap. But we'll start off with one down here. That's where we'll put the first one. Put the first one here on this bend, and that should be plenty of space to get around. What I will do before putting those down is I'm going to level this land out. And if you imagine, let me see now, I'm going to use something as an imaginary line here. So if you imagine between here, running along straight across here, all in here is going to be sort of like same height, but like sort of level enough that it's not going to impede these here pastures. But we'll put this one here sort of like close enough to the road, but not too close that it's going to interfere. So maybe like right about there, so we can get a nice path that goes around that whole thing. And yeah, we'll work something out there. The silos, they can go sticking up in a corner or something. In fact, they could probably go in here. Yeah, I do need to get all these here moved, but we could put silos in here. But I'd rather put them inside here, or maybe in the middle. Just keep everyone sort of close to each other. The feeding is over here, and I think we have to put from this here side. I think this is where the hay goes in. Could be wrong. I think, yeah, no, that's where it blows in. You can see there, where it blows in from the side. I think. Could be wrong, but yeah, this side's unused. If anything, you're probably better just turning it around like this. Yeah, probably putting it like this here, close to the road, because then at least then the factory is, the facility is more into the middle, and then just do the same with this one over here. Keep this close to the road, but maybe have it going like over here, so that goes there, and then the other one will go over here, and I think that would be plenty of room if we did that. And then what we could do is in between, we could go with like pigs and sheep and other things as well. They can go in there. We'll find some way of doing it. The sheep aren't that big either, and it's only 100. Was it 97k? That's very, very cheap. Obviously, I would like to do a mixture of everything, but I want to put cows in here, and because they're good for like milk and different things. And I think there's 2 varieties of cows. So you've got a dairy one, and then you've got your beef one. I think we're going to work with dairy, because I do like dairy cows. They're just I like the fact that you get milk and stuff out of it, and also we might be able to get like cheese factory and stuff like that there as well. Second thing I want to do is with the wheat. I don't think we use wheat in the feed for cows. Could be wrong with that, but I don't think we do. But what we'll do is we'll try and make a bakery. We'll try and make cakes, so that involves having to make like sugar, and gives us more purpose for like the farm and different things like that. So just something to think about. So anyway, that's the plan. That's what's going in here. I want to survey this land. Let me see. Can I zoom in here? No, I can't. I want to survey this land a wee bit. Let me take the lorry. Alright, let's take this round. I just want to survey the land just to see how steep it is. I'll take this up around the back. Also, I'll talk briefly on what I want to do there with that hill going up to site. Fly around here. We'll try and stay to this here dirt path. That's the whole purpose of this here, is just to make it nice to drive on. Now, as you can see, it is quite flat in there. Very, very happy enough to work in that. But what I would like to do is just make it a wee bit more flat towards. I can't use my mouse to point, but if you imagine, if you can see over there at the road, where it's a bit of a bank up to it, and it sort of falls around and does the same down there, just a wee bit flat, just to flatten it out a bit, and then we can get our cow sheds going in there, and that will help that. Now we could put the sheds I wonder if we could put the sheds along here. You know, put them along there. Let me actually try that. Let's try, see if we can do that. Animals, cows. Right. What if we did that? So if we put one at the back like this here, close enough, so one there and one there. Oh, we've plenty of room to do that. Oh my god, there's actually plenty of room to do that. That's probably better. If we put them side by side, but not interfering with the road. See, all the resources are going there, but then it has to go like this. See, like something like that there. Let me turn this around. Probably better like this. See, you've got that there on the right. But if you've done them in a way, not enough money, that's okay. So if you've done them like there, and another one there, and then a path going down the middle, where this meets, sort of here. But I'd rather have a path going between all of them. So if you mentioned that went along there, that road, I'm going to just use that as a reference. And that went over there. You see, yeah, there's no room to put that. What's that? A place to keep your cows. Can you expand? I don't think you can you? No, that's the max. I thought there'd be like an expansion or where you get a larger pasture, but, you know, it doesn't seem to work like that. Anyway, I think we figured out we can get one there, and we could probably get another one here. And then we can path in between the two of them, and then we can put another one maybe here on the end like that there. At least then you can get access to both sides, or maybe here. That way would be better if we can get it close to that road. And then in between here and here, maybe we'll get like our silos and different things like that. We'll work something out. We'll do something. But what I'll do is I'll try and put the first one here. I'll put the first one as close to here as possible, and just leave a bit of a gap between the two, or even like that there. And the reason I want to keep it away a wee bit is just in case sometimes you get tools that overlap. So let me just go to something small just to find it. So sometimes what'll happen is you'll get tools that overlap, such as a ruler. So the ruler will be like on here, and that's why I put that dirt track on it. Dirt track's kind of like a boundary. So it just means that we'll try and avoid from building inside. For example, if we were building this here pasture, we'd probably put it a bit there. But this here is the limit. And just in case we have any tools that overlap the ground on it. Lucky enough, this field appears to be just the exact width for all the tools that were on it. Such as the roller and the planter, which is really, really good. It didn't overlap by much now. If it overlapped by maybe 1 or 2 meters. I might be exaggerating that a bit, but I'd say wasn't far off it now. So I would like to get as tight as possible to here, and if I was putting directions on wherever things were going, I would probably put it like this, either like that or like this here. And I want to get, you need to get access to the left side of that, which is your, I think that's where the feed goes in, is it? What is that for? I'm trying to see what that's for. Ah, there we go. Don't know what that is. Look it up on some wiki. But we'll prioritize which side are going in. Then we have the back side, which I don't think anything happens, and there's the other side as well. So, we'll find something. I just wish it came up with how much money it would roughly take to put that down. But yeah, here we are already. I'm probably actually thinking of putting this one down here first. Yeah, I wonder if we can put the first one down here. Let me turn the camera around. Maybe we'll put the first one here, and we'll have it. Let me just. How do I zoom in to see? Ah, there we go. Oh Christ, what's happened there? So I want to put this camera down. I can't do it, but yeah, we could get the first one here. So we'll try and put that somewhere about there. That's, I just noticed there on the right hand side, if you can see that the bank is very high up there. So maybe we'll put it more so like this. But like, see right, roughly about there. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's something as we go along. So let's fly back. Now, I have got another mod. You might actually have seen it and you're wondering what that is in the top right. That's called Course Play. Now, I completely forgot that it was a separate mod. So what I thought was, when you got the Follow Me mod, I thought that was part of it. I thought Courseplay was part of it, and I was wondering when I was getting why it wasn't that menu coming up, and I tried everything. But then I remembered it was a separate mod, and how that happened was I accidentally opened up Farm Simulator 17, and as soon as I opened up, I was like, oh, I've opened the wrong game. But I was like, I'm just curious, I'm going to check see what mods are on it, and then I seen the Courseplay, and I was like, oh. So I went on to the base game of this one here, checked it, and there it was. And I have to say, it is a lot better than the 2017 one, in my opinion. Now, people might defer on that, and I could understand maybe with routes and different things, but this is actually pretty good. And not once did I had to intervene and stop the stuff and move things about, which was really, really good. And especially for that field up there, where the original AI made a terrible job at it, and it kept stopping and stopping and stopping. And oh yeah, one thing I will note as well is that the game causes my PC to crash when I seem to be doing Lime, which is really weird. So I had to decrease the automatic save from 15 minutes down to 5, and I'm just manually saving every 5 minutes, if not every minute. And especially when I'm doing Lime, I'm flat out doing it because I'm just afraid of it doing it again. But it seems to be if you let it idle for any more than 5 minutes while letting it work away on the lime and then flick back to the tractor, it just crashes. The whole computer locks up. None of the buttons work on the keyboard. Next thing, bang, the computer goes off and goes into restart. And I checked the event viewer, checked everything. Nothing is coming up. It's not saying like memory issues or what's happening. I'm just putting it down as per optimization. I didn't get a chance to look at the Steam now. I want to check Steam to see if there's any reports on that, crashing and different things. But I know Warzone did the exact same thing. Warzone 2 done the exact same thing on my computer. So I'm gonna put it down that it's either a bad optimization or my computer is just old. I suppose in fairness, it is. I've had it now since 2017 and nothing has been upgraded except for the RAM. Where it was just additional 8 gigabytes was added to it. No, 16. So it's a 32 gigabyte machine, and an additional 16 was added to it there about 2-3 years ago. But yeah. Anyway, so the fields have been completely rolled. They've been planted, they've been rolled. So the next stage now is to fast forward the season to March. I might just fast forward it to April, and then what we'll do is we'll spray it with herbicide, and then we'll spray it again with fertilizer. And I do want to buy, and I know we were going to be saving up for like different things, but I do want to buy let me see, this machine here. Where is it? Nope, wrong thing. Go back, spray it. I want to buy this one here, and it's 5200 liters, does your herbicide and it does your fertilizer, so it's 2 in 1. And if you were to rent that, let me just quickly check. If you were to lease that, it is 3,315. So what you would do is you would rent that in the 1 month. Like, you wouldn't rent it 1 month and do herbicide and then fast forward a month and then rent it again where it becomes 6,000. It doesn't work like that. What you would do is you would spray the herbicide down first, and then you would spray it with fertilizer afterwards. I think I'm right with that there. But what I'll do is I'll do a quick math here to see. We'll do whatever the total price is for the machine. There it is, 65,000. So what we'll do is we'll just do a quick math here. So 65,000 and divide that by 3,315. So 3,315, and it would take 19 years to pay that off. So instead of renting it, that's kind of a no-brainer actually. Maybe you are just better just renting it when you need it. See, the reason that you would buy that is for handiness, because it's going to be there on your farm and you just pick it up when you need it, whereas you don't have to keep going to the shop and collecting it and offloading it, and you just store whatever's in it. But reality is you're going to be offloading on whatever anyway. So that is a bit of a no-brainer actually. I never really thought of that. 19 years to pay that back. Yeah, that's it's pocket change as well. 3,000 is not that much, but 65 is. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. So I think we'll just continue renting that. Anyway, I don't think I'm renting anything else, am I? No. Okay, so let's get all this stuff off the field here. We'll fast forward it to April because that's the month where we sell the clothes. And then we'll spray it with the weed herbicide, and then we'll spray it with the fertilizer. I assume that you can do it all in the same month. There's the stones. I've moved the stones, so I have the stones used to be over there to the right of the shop, and I just moved them there to the end. It's just a lot easier to see. We will eventually get a quarry, or whatever you call that machine that breaks the stones up, but it's just not worth getting yet because I think it's 10,000. I could be wrong. I think it's 10,000 for production, and it's the one for that does the stones. Carpentry, grain mill, spinnery, sugar, tiller. I think it's the one on the near the end. Oil, grey, bakery, carpentry. Oh, maybe it is selling points. Debris crusher. At a selling point, you can sell your harvest and produce goods. It's 10,000. I have no idea what like how much you get per, like for stones and all. I don't think there's that much. I don't want to buy it and then figure out that you only get, for that pile of stones over here, it's only about, £2,000. It's 8,000 that's lost on it. I know it's not that much at 10k, but like, I want to have purpose for it, so I'll only get it whenever we need it. And we're not desperate for money at the minute either, so there's that. So yeah, let's hop out here and go to the house. I just let this save. That's the autosave kicking in there now. And visit. Now, what I don't like about the autosave is that you have to go into the menu. You have to press escape for it to autosave. I wish it just done it on, like while you're just walking about, because I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I lost an hour of not an hour of footage. It was actually an hour of progress, and all that there I feel was completely done. It was it was ploughed and it was stoned, and I had just started spreading the lime, and of course the lime caused the issue. But I lost an hour of progress, so I ended up going pretty much back to the start, where I had to stone it again and then lime it, and it was an hour, and I contemplated stopping the recording completely and saying and this needs to stop, but I proceeded on anyway, and I'm happy I did, because I just got past that issue and I found out that lime is the cause of the crash, and so there's that. The other thing as well is we're still in February. What was the other thing as well? Oh yeah, this here house, I'm gonna move that, and the reason for it is because I don't like this bank. It's sort of stuck in the way a wee bit, but it's not a real priority right now anyway. So let's just fast forward here onto March, and then we'll go to April. I hope you don't have to spray herbicide in this month. I hope that you'll be able to get away with doing it in the next one. Aha, there we go. Now, we didn't make much there on the property, but there it is anyway. So we've got all that, and we've got all that there. So let's try and see if we can do another month here. Should be alright. And this is it. So we'll just wait for this here to go on ahead. Right, here we go. Let's see how much we get now this time. 6,000, so it seems to fluctuate a wee bit. Oh, I think we missed the opportunity to spray that. Oh no, it says we can use herbicide, that's okay. Oh, I forgot to spread the lime. Completely forgot all about that. Oh, yeah, I forgot that needed to be sprayed with lime, but this here feels okay because it has been limed. Let me just run over here very quickly. Let me see what is there. Yeah, there's that there. Fertilized. Because it's already been done, it doesn't need to be weeded. But this here is an absolute disaster. This here needs to be done ASAP. Yeah, it's herbicide, so that's just sprayed and needs limed as well. So I'll take care of that in the when we go to fast forward the footage. So I'll get it limed, and I'll get it sprayed and limed and get it all sorted anyway. What else do we need to do? That's pretty much it. So yeah, lime and spray it, and then fertilize it. But that looks okay up there. Let me just go back over. I don't think there is. Yield bonus is 98%. I think that feels pretty much good to go. So yeah, we don't have to do this. There's no weeds in this, so that's that is actually very, very beneficial. No weeds are needed. So we can go ahead and just concentrate on getting this here done. Right, so that'll do. I'm just going to fast forward the footage whenever we have this here completely herbicide sprayed and then limed. And that'll be it, so I'll just continue from there. Okay, so let's get on. Okay, so it turns out we couldn't lime this here field due to the progress that the plants have already undergone, so that's unfortunate. We will lose some yield on that, but I don't think it's that much actually. What is the yield bonus? It's 54%, but if we go over here, it's still at 45, so we still need to fertilize it, but what I'll do is I'll skip a month and then fertilize it, and that should do it. So that's stopping there now. There we go, finished fieldwork. So that'll fold up. I'll wait until it's finished completely and then folding, and then we'll offload that herbicide over beside. I'm just going to try and keep everything sort of close to each other. Yeah, I don't think there's that much, so it'll be probably like 2 things coming off it. Also, we need to sell the clothes as well. I'm going to offload this around about here. Oh, bowling. There we go. So that's that offloaded. We'll keep onto it for now. And we'll skip a month. So that means now what we're going to do is we'll fly back over to this here and we'll pick up the clothes. And here we go. There we are. We're still in April, isn't it? April's, yeah, sell clothes in April, yeah. Just double check, actually, it is still the best place to sell it. Alright, let me see. I think we go here. Nope. This one. Yeah. And let me go to clothes. And the supermarket, which is this one here, seems to be the best place. Just tag the place. Ah! Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why did that say go down? That's a bit weird. Hold on. So, price fluctuations. Best time is April, yeah. What about this one? April 18. But does that show both? Yeah, it's weird. So yeah, we'll take it over to the other place. It seems to be better. So let's drive it on over. Because we're done with the herbicide, so we can go and get the fertilizer. But I'd rather that sink sits into that one before we fertilize it. But I just remembered as well, actually, we can actually just get rid of it because we do have a fertilizer spreader, so it would make sense just to fill it up with the pallet and stuff. Because it's a wider spread, the other fertilizer spreader we have. Also, I'm thinking of selling the other tools that we don't use, such as this thing over here for lifting bags. I don't use it anymore, and things like that forge wagon. I'm on autopilot here. The forge wagon, the tether, and the windrower. They're just a small one because we don't use it anymore. We've got that many bales, and to be honest, we will be saving up to get new tools. Here we are. There we go. Ooh, 221. That is gorgeous. You love to see it, don't you? Right. In the meantime, let's get rid of this here thing. So let me see. Construction. This one here. That there. I'm just gonna return. It's easier than doing it this way. What else do we need to do? Yeah, we'll go and get this fertilizer spreader. So it's just down here at the end. We'll fill it up with the panel and stuff, and I'll just check to see if we can actually just go ahead and do it on that, because it'll have no, it says skipping a month or whatever. But it's just a shame about the lime now, because we won't get that much of a yield. Then after we're done fertilizing it, we'll check the other field as well as we skip the months, but I'd say we'll probably end up just going straight to harvest. I love the way it shows the outline on us. Does it still show it when you're in it? No. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, so we'll go up here and we'll fill it now with the pallets of fertilizer. And we'll check to see if that still works on that. And I hope it does. There's the lime there, I had to offload it. I realised. So yeah, it's lesson learned. In fact, it's happened before, so I'm probably not learning from my lesson. It is what it is. I'm gonna go over here and pick up this new pallet of stuff. And yeah, there. Right. I actually ran out of space earlier on for pallets. I think it was like too many pallets in the game. Big bag pallets of solid fertilizer. I know we have some over there, so we'll just get 3. There we go. Yeah, there was some over there, I think. Yeah, there it is. Pick this one here up first. There we go. Oh, there was some in it. Ah. I didn't even check that. Well, we can get the lorry and take that there over if needed. I've just been using the lorry to take stuff over and back now. There we go. That's us ready. So now we can go over here to this field, redo a route, and then we can proceed. Now, the good thing about this here field is all you have to do is just show up at it. Or, I'll show you now what you can do. It's actually pretty cool. This is why I love this course play, and I'll just demonstrate how it works here. So let me just drive up to about here. Let's just park it here for a second. Right. So what we'll do is we go to onto this here. So you right click to activate the mouse. So we go to temporary course. Actually, no, we need to get rid of that first. So we need to delete that. Then we go to course. Wait for that to save. And then what we do is we do field position. Oh, sorry. This one here. And we open the field course. Generate the field course. And where is stop and go is here. That's good. And close the generator, and it automatically works out the width of your tool as well, so that's really cool. So we'll just X out of that there, and let me see. We just go to the first waypoint and click play, and it'll go up to the first one and start spreading. But I reckon we probably have to skip a month before we can, like do anything. So we'll see what happens anyway. You might not be able to do 2 things at once. Oh, it does. It is, it's spreading away there. Right, so let me just check. This here will also check as well. So we take off needs lime. And there it is, the dark blue. That's good. That's what you want to see. Now I'm just going to get out here and check. So we can see here on the bottom right there, you can see the fertilizer 50%, so the yield bonus is 45%. And it's jumped up there to 68, but that's because it needs lime. Lime would have taken that up to the high 90s, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So that's it anyway. So let's jump back in. But yeah, it makes very light work at an 18 kilometers an hour. It's just, I wish sometimes you could put lime in it as well, and I don't think you can. Let me just check the shop. I don't think you can put lime in those. So the one we have is this, where it does 42 meters. That does 42 meters as well, but see the difference between that is the amount that you can put in it. And I like the way it's mounted on the 3-point linkage, because it's easier to drive around in it. But it's just a shame that you can't. In fact, I'll probably look for a mod that can do both. So one that can do like a long range and do lime as well, because in reality and in real life, as far as I know, you can actually do that. Just the game's limited. Yeah. What's on sale? Used vehicle sale. So what? How much is it? 97,000, and I get this here machine. I was thinking of getting a new tractor, with the one that is capable of doing a front loader, because the other one we have is very underpowered. And I tried rolling that field up there, the one on top, and it just wouldn't work. It would not work at all, and it was really annoying. What I might actually do is turn off the turning field, because that's what takes so long for that there to turn around. So the way that we do that, as far as I remember, is you do go down to here and turning on field is deactivated. So what happens is it'll just do continuous loop around instead of having to do all this reversion and stuff. So you'll see it here now. Oh, it's doing that thing again. What happens is sometimes It's not an issue. Sometimes it'll go over the same part again. It's trying to find the optimum route, but you'll find when it comes back up the way, it'll not do that. Unless maybe it's because I clicked that button, it's done that. But we'll see now when it gets to the end. And the other nice thing about it as well, if you look at the very bottom there, it says that there is 9 minutes and 35 seconds roughly left in it. Now, that doesn't take into account all the turning, twists and turns. It has to do at the end of the lane. That's just up and down. So what I usually do is I add 50% to that. For example, if you imagine that was 10 minutes, add 50%, it's going to be 15 minutes, 5 minutes to turn over and back. If it takes an hour to do, it's going to take an hour and a half. If it takes an hour for that there to say an hour, add on another half an hour because it's 50%, and it's going to be an hour and a half for it to complete. And I find that gives you a better estimate as to how long it'll take to do something. Now the good thing about this course play is you don't have to intervene. Now the thing with this here is the leaders is going down slowly, but we'll see it now whenever it's going up the other way. So it's going down slow enough now, but when it goes up around, it only uses what it needs. So this here should turn around, but it'll only do it if it can. Let me see. Will it? It's gonna run over the car, is it? Yeah, blocked by car. Let's get out here and delete that. I can't, can I? No, you can delete main roads. I can't delete that. Let me just quickly get this here out of the way. Sometimes you have to intervene. And then we try it again. And the good thing is it will go to the marker it needs to go. Oh, I done first waypoint, my bad. Nearest last waypoint. Yeah, so it'll go to 154 there. Or should go there. Oh no, I've messed it up. Hold on. There's a way to get this back on, so what you do is you just take it over to here, and then you go to the closest waypoint. So we stop about there, and we go to the nearest waypoint. There it is, 161. And should do a right hand turn here now, which it's doing. I might actually just turn that turn in fields back on, because that seems to just cause issues. It's quick. It's see if there's nothing. If there's nothing on the end and there's nothing behind, it's one of the best things you can do. And there it is. It's working away. And it's going down a lot quicker because it's only that other wee bit. So yeah, that works as planned. Now, what I'll do is I'll skip this here footage till we get to the point where we don't need anything else, and between shots what I'll do is I'll just keep taking the wool from the sheep and taking it over to the spinnery there, because there's nothing else that's really needed to do. But I'll just skip the part where it goes straight on to harvesting it. So yeah, let's do that. So anyway, let's fast forward. Okay, so I did say I would fast forward to the point where we would do the harvest, but in fact I am going to start selling some of those other tools over there that we don't use. So we'll start off with the windrower, and then we'll do the tedder, and then the forge wagon. Do you know what might actually make this a bit quicker? If we connect that there up, and we can get the other tractor, and we'll bring that around. Now just use the follow me to take it to the shop. So I think we can put one of those at the front. I need to delete that course play as well. But yeah, if we've squared that field off, it would make things a wee bit easier in terms of, you know, like the way the course play runs. Right, let me see. We can grab this. Yeah, we can grab this one here, because I think this here's lighter. We won't be needing it anyway. We'll be getting the big ones eventually for doing all our stuff, but we won't be needing this. And then what we can do is, that's a bit wasted just sitting there, so that can go on the front. Oh, that can go on. I think we can put it on the front because it's yeah, we can. And then this here can go behind. There we go. So we're just adding on all this here stuff. We won't be needing it, so what we'll do is we'll get the other tractor and take that in front. And I'll do there. Let's just delete that course there first. Don't want to cause any issues. And do the same with this one. There we go. And do Control F. So it should be following this one. It's not working for some reason. There we go. Now it does charge you for using it, but it is worth it. As long as we keep this roughly in the middle. So we'll take everyone over. I'll try and stay on the fields as much as possible. Because traffic, it doesn't like traffic. Just gonna go in between this here, take it off the road. Yeah, it's very wide wheelbase. And then what we'll do is we'll cut across here. And go straight across. And that's how you do everything with the one route. Just saves time. It's very good. Yeah, I need to be careful to sell the right thing. I'll do that. Right, CR, we're looking to sell this. How much is it to sell? That's only worth that. It's okay. How much do we get more if we repair? I don't know if it did much. There we go. Let's hop back in and take this here out of the way. And we turn the Control F off, and I think we should press H for that. And we'll repair these two things. Let me just take that back, but there we go. Repair these two things and then sell it. Just see if there's much in it. Okay, so we've got this one here. Repair is £31, and that's 238. I don't think it makes much of a difference. And then this one here, again with this one. Sell. There we go, some extra cash. That's 17,000 unsold vehicles. That's okay. So we'll just follow this here machine out. So yeah, I think you get too close to it. It's really weird. Why is it not doing that? I don't know. It's really weird. Sometimes it takes notions. Anyway, we'll take this here back and we'll fast forward the seasons. And then that should do us. We'll get lots of cotton, and what we'll do is we'll split it evenly. So we'll store the cotton just beside each other, and then we'll do a count because it's easier to do it that way. Ooh. The tractor didn't get stuck there. Oh, I forgot about the wheelbase. Oh, hold on, take that out. I'll have to do it manually. So yeah, we'll take all the bales, put them beside each other, do them, split them evenly, and then put them between the two spinneries. At least then they'll work together. And I'll just keep the sheep fed, and then what we'll do is we'll have enough money. Let me see now. We actually won't have any money ready to do much. Well, we have what we have there, but I'm going to do a bit of research to see what all is needed for the cows, and then plant it according to which crop does first. So, for example, if corn, or if wheat's before corn, we'll do the wheat in one field and corn in the other, and soybeans in the other, etc, etc. But we'll just do it sort of evenly. They're all going to be harvested up, and then we'll buy, hopefully by that stage we should have enough money made from the cotton spinnery to get the big cow place in there. Well, to the right of it, or where I discussed earlier on, to the right hand side, if you're going up to it from this direction, is where we'll have the silos for keeping all the grains and different things. We will turn that all into concrete around there wherever we can, and we will put an area for putting bales and different things like that, so we can store bales, and then that'll be used for feeding the cows. All the equipment used for the cows will be rented. It won't be bought unless we absolutely need it. That just keeps things right. So what we'll do is we'll just do huge mass storage of like different stuff with all the tools, and we'll try and put everything in a way where all you have to do is lift it up with a basic, like say, front loader, or with the conveyor, and just lay it out. So just different things like that. We'll try something. So I'll just move this here out of the way, so that we can fast forward the season here and get this harvester going. And then what I'll do is I'll just skip the footage to the point where we'll get everything offloaded and work to bed. I'll just keep this here. Let's go and get the other machine. Put it down a bit. These here do need to be washed, to keep the paint and all right. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get much out of this here field in terms of like cotton, but we will certainly out of that other one. So I'll keep an eye out as well. If it needs to be fertilised, so be it. We do have the fertiliser spreader over there, so we can work away. But once we have the cow shed and we have up and running, I would like to upgrade this tractor. Maybe sell it and get a bigger one, because it is nice to have a good powerful machine. But yeah, there's just different things in general. So let's go over here to the house. Now I know this here part is light. I don't know why those are all light blue. That doesn't really make any sense. It's a bit concerning actually. So our yield might not be too much for those, but it's alright. I'm not going to be too nitpicky with it anyway. Be alright. Is it? So we'll do is we'll fast forward. We're in April, and this here gets in October. October is whenever it gets harvested, so let's just fast forward. Also need to get rid of that marker over there on the right hand side. Very handy to have those markers. It's very, very good, and I do like the way that it gives you a bit of help with showing where different things are. I like that sort of stuff. Right, let me just get the lorry. We'll take the lorry over, because I need to make sure that the wool's topped up at the spinnery. The other thing I want to buy as well is a low trailer, for like carrying machinery, because what would be nice is to take things like the harvester on the back of this here, just something to lift it over quickly. Just saves time really. I'm gonna fly over here and just make sure everything's nice and stacked up and nothing's too overcrowded. So what we'll do is we'll go start up at the lumber yard first and work our way down. So this is what I've been doing between cuts anyway, so I'll just show basically what how I keep progress and stuff. Love doing that jump there, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's gonna be some yield out of that. Now there is a few boxes mixed in amongst there, some pallets that I've just done that by mistake, so we'll figure something out for those. And then I've left that trailer there. That's just keeping things topped up. So what we'll do is we'll lift this here first, and I think it's that. Just turn that there off. Also just make sure that this here is topped up. What the hell's happening here? Disable all, enable all out, and disable. There we go. Just do that there very quickly because sometimes it flies off. And I'm just going to hook up to this here, just make sure everything is coming off that, but it should be anyway. That's alright. And what we'll do is we'll pick up. I'll just dump it off here, it'll be alright. Do there. And sort that out some other day. I just need to bring a tractor with a front load over it and go through it. What are we like on bales? We're okay on bales, so that's okay. We'll just pick up these other two here. There we go. And turn off auto load. And just bring this over to here. I'm just bringing them over to this one. There's no need to bring one over up there and one down here. It just doesn't make much of a difference. And there's no clothes in there, so that's okay. And that's us ready to go into the next month. So what we can do is we can get away with skipping this says May, June, July, August, September, October. We can skip 3 months and do all that again, and we'll do that very quickly. So we'll just go back over here to the house. And so we'll go, what's it, May, June, July, August, September, October. So June, July, August. Yeah, we'll go to August. And we'll do all that there again. Just keeps everything right, really. But there is so much lumber, so much planks, so many planks. That's going to keep us going for a good while. Do another one here. I tried selling some there, in a different session. Whenever I was skipping stuff, I just in curiosity was selling it, and you only get 1,000 more for doing that process. So, it does work out good. There's 9,000, so we are making a fair bit of money here. July, let's go with one more, and then we'll take all the wool and different things like that. We'll work something out. Right, this is the last one. We'll lift all that stuff again, but I'll start backwards. Right, let's go and get actually we'll start up here. I need to flatten out that ground. Don't think there's any more there, is there? So I usually check very quickly on the, let's see, this one here, and then we go to planks and storage. No, there's none in storage. That's good. And turn off auto load. Don't want to be picking up this. That's how I actually picked up this stuff. Just driving around like that there. And oh, goodness, the furniture is. Oh, I missed the chance for selling furniture, but that's okay. We'll just stockpile it. Yeah, that's okay. I forgot about that. That the furniture gets sold in July, but we'll wait until the next year. It'll be more satisfying when we get more anyway. There we go. Turn off auto loading and take it all in here. There we go. I'm just going to pick up this wee bit here. And just keep everything offloaded here. There. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's just hop out here and have a look. Fertilize 100%, 68%. Yeah, that's just the maximum we're going to get. What about, is there no vehicles up there that's close enough to the grass? I'll just take this here up very quickly. I want to see just if it's still at around 100% or so for growth, but it should be okay. I might actually plough that field, not this one up here, the one behind. I'll plough it because it's having issues with the weeds, and some of it does need to be ploughed, so I'd rather get it sorted. Let's see. Yield bonus 98. That's as high as we're going to get. Whereabouts are we on this map anyway? Because what I'm thinking is there was an area. Yeah, I think it's up here, so we need to go up a bit further. And I can see it. There it is. Fertilized. It's 50%, so we're only going to get 75. I'm happy enough with that to leave it. So that's in the middle. I'm happy enough to leave it like that because it's not an issue, but when we go to do the next growth, we'll just be doing it twice anyway. So let's go back to the house here. And August, September, October. So whenever, what we'll do is we'll just go straight into getting the harvester. And then we'll get the harvester going, and then I'll just do that other stuff again with the pallets, but I'll just skip all that. So I'll start the harvest, and then I'll skip to the part where we get to the end, and then we just offload it to the different things. September, and one more for October. And that's us. Should have went to 7 o'clock in the morning because it does take a while. It'll be alright. There was one day where I actually took nearly a full-on day, like a real-life day to do stuff. That's that ready. And that's that ready up there as well. So let's go and we'll take that trailer away because that's only going to be stuck on the road of the harvester. And we'll park it here. And we'll go to the shop. And we'll rent the cotton technology, and we'll get this one here. There's no difference between the two of them anyway. We'll get this one here. And now I'm curious to see if there's actually... Let's just save the game because I'm curious to see if there's any mods for a quicker one. I know it's a bit cheaty, but it takes far too long to do it. And it's a bit draining as well. It's a bit draining on the nerves. Downloadable content, and we're looking for cotton technology. So what's the difference? Oh, those are trailers, okay. So what's this one here? The transport speed is 32 kilometers per hour. Price is 797, but what's the width? What's the working width? 6 meters, okay. What about this one? That's 913, and the working width is 10.5. And it's almost £1 million. So that would be probably about nearly 90,000 to rent. It's an awful lot of money. Is that right? But it is, it does a good width though. That's twice the... But to be honest, I am going to be leaving this idling anyway, so it's not going to make much of a difference to me. But it's good to know there what's in that. Anyway, let's go back. So, yeah, I'm happy now I've checked that out because there isn't anything as big. Now you're paying double, so you might as well just get 2 harvesters, and you've got the best of both worlds, where you can just set one on each field and just let it, do it that way. You don't have to move them in between. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally leave that harvester, hit start, and just let it work away. And then I'm going to do some other stuff in real life that I need to do. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I have no idea what time we are on this here episode. It could be well over an hour. It's just I've left my timer going here, and it's showing 1 hour and 36. So yeah, I don't know. Let's go back to P. Let's see, cotton. So it's 485, and it's 6 meters. So it's not even double. It's this one here, and to lease that is 24,000. So it's actually 5%, not 10%. Because if it was 10%, it'd be about 48. Whereas in that case, it was only 25 or so. So or 20. Yeah, I would say 25. So it's 5%. So the other one was we'll say $1 million, and 10% that'd be 100,000. So 50k, it'd be 50k to rent it. Whereas this here's only 25, and you might as well get 2 of these because you get 12 meters, whereas the other one's only 10 meters. So that's the way it works out. Bit of a no-brainer. Anyway, let's take a round. It's so satisfying. Love the noise of these machines. So I'll take it round to this first field here anyway, and then I'll leave that one up there to the last. Chances are I'm going to be working on that one. Now I know that it's 30 kilometers an hour. It's quicker on the on the go, but it doesn't show enough information. I need to see field speed. I think this one here only does 5. If it said 10, I would get it. I'm curious actually. Maybe I should have installed it just to see. Wouldn't have cost that to do that. It is what it is. Yeah, we're coming up on it here. I'll just park it here because this will take off as soon as we're ready. So we go to escape and right click, course. We select the field, so it's the field position is this one. Open the course and generate the work course, and it's 6 meters. I'm just going to close that there, and that seems good enough. So we can exit that, and it will go to the first waypoint and click start. So what that'll do is that'll drive over to. Hold on, it's not right. Don't know why it's trying to go over there. Right, so that should work away, and that's going to take an hour and 47 minutes. So as I said earlier on, you have to add 50% to that, so that's 2 hours, so it's going to take 3 hours to do that entire field. And I am not going to show that footage. I'm just going to get to the point where that's all done. So anyway, yeah, I'm, do you know something, I might just end the episode here because I don't know what time we're on, I don't want to go on too much. But in the next episode what we'll do is I'll just get to the part where this here is done on that other field up there at the top. And then I'll just show the us collecting all the bales, taking them down, splitting them out, and then taking them to the different things. The other thing you might have noticed as well, the graphics, I forgot to mention this at the start, I've turned the graphics down to low, just in case that was causing issues with the crashing, but apparently that doesn't make an impact, so I'll put it back up to medium to high. That's what I had it before, so I'll get that back in. But I don't think it's made much of a difference to the graphics, and in fact I might just leave it. It's just a lot easier on the resources, so yeah, I might just leave it as that. But yeah, no, that's it for this here episode. Thanks again for watching. If you have any comments and suggestions, and you do like what you see now with the new with the camera stuff, or if you have any suggestions on with that, make things a bit better on the videos, do make a comment below, or visit the Discord channel that's linked in the description. Follow the Discord channel for the schedule as well as the information board. There you'll be able to see what games we're playing as well as when those games are coming out onto YouTube. Please do consider subscribing and dropping us a like if you enjoy what you see. As you know, it helps show what people are interested in the most, and I'll try and focus on those areas a bit more in the future. But other than that, thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. I would like to give a massive shout out to the channel donators. You help make these videos possible.